A bake sale is when baked goods are sold. Baked goods are like muffins, cupcakes, brownies, really sweet things. There goes that horse again.
He purrs all the time.
In today's English lesson, you are going to learn English at a giant inside yard sale. But this is actually taking place on what we would call a fairgrounds. Now, last year I did an English lesson at a county fair. Let's learn the English term, watch your step. When you are around a lot of animals, you can imagine certain things fall out of those animals. So if you hear watch your step, that means there's something on the ground that you don't want to step in. So I'm going to be watching my step for the next few minutes. Thankfully, I wore my old dad shoes today. I have a new pair of dad shoes. They're gray. My old ones, these are the blue ones. I will leave a link to that in the description. And just this morning, I did another English lesson at a yard sale. I'll link to that at the end of this video. But what is going on right now is that there are people practicing harness racing. So let's take a look at the horse as it goes by before we get into the building and visit the yard sale. If you saw the video that Bob the Canadian and I did at Niagara Falls when we ziplined. What's your name?
Talia.
Talia. So luckily I had Talia. She's the best at this.
Oh yeah.
Who does Bob have over there?
It's got Grace.
She good?
She's
Grace, be better.
First day on the job.
Oh no. Is there a countdown or you just do it?
there's time.
Brent's still doing his waiver.
I'm a little bit slower.
I won the waiver race, but just by a split second.
Hey, but we have been told that nobody has died on this ride, so I'm not even sure why we are filling out waivers. But that's a good English phrasal verb to know, fill out. We both wore harnesses, and this horse is wearing a harness now. It's just something you put on your body to maybe attach other things. Like when we went ziplining, we were attached to the top cord up there. And this horse is harnessed because it is pulling a wagon behind it. I don't know what we would call that. A chariot? Maybe a chariot behind it? Maybe chariot. It's not a term I use very often in English. Oh. You see that man was wearing a helmet? Safety first. I did get permission to film inside this exhibition hall, but I've only been given permission in parts of the exhibition hall. Maybe I'll have to wander a little further than I've been given permission. We'll see. Sometimes you have to break the rules to teach an English lesson. And she said I can't put anybody on camera, which, I never do, unless they want to be on camera. All right, I was just speaking to Sarah, and she's going to tell me a little bit about this cat. The yard sale that is going on right now is to help cats who need to find homes or medicine, but this cat is paralyzed from the waist down.
You're down.
Okay, and
He can't walk, but he can run when he's he goes like this. He runs.
Okay, so if you hear paralyzed in English, that means if they're paralyzed from the waist down, their legs don't work. Quadriplegic, that would be someone who is paralyzed with all four limbs. So luckily, what's the cat's name? Dragon. Okay. So you don't mind being on camera, you said?
Not at all.
Okay. And you were telling me the story earlier. Do you mind telling everybody else the story?
Sure. Yeah. So Dragon was brought to the Heart Shelter, which is our cat shelter that we're having the yard sale for, at 6 weeks old. And they said that he had been bitten by a dog when he was a tiny baby at 1 week old. And so I fostered him, which means I took him home to take care of him until he could be adopted and to make sure he was healthy. But I fell in love with him, so I adopted him. And he's a very sweet cat. He's our mascot, and he's the reason we do things like this.
Yeah, Dragon seems like the perfect mascot for a cause like this. Dragon, do you know your name? Will he look at the camera?
Hey, Bob.
Oh, there he is.
Look at those eyes.
Beautiful. He's got a little cat bed too, huh?
He does in his cat bed. And he purrs all the time.
I wonder if the microphone is picking that up.
Probably.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Okay, to get as few people on camera as possible, let's start in this corner because absolutely nobody is here. So they do have some golf clubs. I might say they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of golf clubs. I don't know too much about golf, but these big clubs right here, we would call that a driver. That thing is a driver because it drives balls really far. Maybe putter. This, we might call that a putter in English. That's when you get really close to the hole and you want to put the golf ball in there. You're not going to use a driver. You'll use a putter. Look at this. If you want some nice rugs, we've got some rugs here. And there is a link in the description if you would like to learn more about this fair and their shelter. Boston Celtics, that is a professional basketball team not too far from where I live, and this is a basketball hoop. Oh, it looks like they have some snow skis here. I don't know too much about skiing either, but these are either downhill skis, which means you go to the top of a mountain and you ski down it, or they're cross-country skis, which means there aren't too many mountains, mostly hills and a lot of flat land if you cross-country ski. That's a cooler. I saw a couple coolers over here, a really good deal. I think they were like $5. Yeah, so those are coolers in English. This isn't something you see every day. We would call those things flippers, and they're only $4. Look at this thing. Hang on. I need another hand, but this, we call that a saucer sled. Saucer sled. I'm sure you know the English word chair, but let's look over here. They have tons and tons of chairs. Probably more chairs than I would like to count right now for this English lesson. There's a desk over here. Ooh, a mirror. Couple mirrors right there. That might not be too easy to say. And I would call this a headboard to a bed. They have a couple headboards here. Look at this. This is an office chair. Yeah, let's see how comfortable this office chair is. I could sit here for a while. I could teach English from a chair for a little while. Let's see. How much does it cost? There's a price tag right here. $10 for that chair? That is not bad. That's a pretty good deal. If you don't think something is too expensive, you can call it a deal. I think that chair is a deal. Yes, I'm an English teacher. I think I know a lot about English. But look at this thing. Sometimes there are things in your own language that you don't know. And look at this sign. I think this sign even says, we don't know what the heck this thing is. Even though there is crime scene tape right here, crime scene, do not cross, I don't think there was a crime scene. That usually means when somebody gets hurt, maybe shot or something. I don't think there's any crime scene here. We don't have to worry about that. And that sign says caution, no parking. I don't think you could get a car into this building. So again, I think that is just yellow tape to keep people out of this area. Over there. Over here they have a lot of appliances. Let's look at a couple. I would say that is a blender. They have quite a few coffee makers over here. Lots of coffee makers, actually. This is slightly confusing. This would be a hand mixer, but it looks like it's missing some wands. The wands are the things that mix your food. Maybe you're baking a cake or something. How much are these? These are what? $3? And hopefully they have the wands somewhere. Actually, it looks like the wands are taped to the top of the mixer. Look at this. This is an old, very old sled you might use on the snow, and it is an LL Bean sled. I've actually made an English lesson about shopping right outside of LL Bean. They also have a bake sale here. Just in case you don't know what a bake sale is, I'll let you know, but I can't record there. They did not give me permission to record the bake sale. But a bake sale is when baked goods are sold. Baked goods are like muffins, cupcakes, brownies, really sweet things. There goes that horse again, right there. Maybe it's a different horse. But people will make baked goods and bring them in and sell them to try to raise money. And that's what two women are doing just on the other side of that wall. Maybe I'll sneak in there with my phone. So if you are seeing video while I'm talking, I snuck in there and grabbed some video of a baked sale. I hope your English is better now that you've watched this video. If you are looking for more English, I did do an English lesson at a garage sale. I'll link it right up there. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.